What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? My name is Riley.
I'm
This
Wyatt.
is Wyatt. And welcome to chimicomics. Today we're covering some more Batman by Grant Morrison. This is the Black Glove story, so it's starting to get crazy.
Yeah, the Black Glove story, very crazy.
Yeah.
Did somebody say crazy?
Batman!
That's right, Wyatt. It's your friendly neighborhood Batman. That's
Batman's
right.
not
In the
friendly,
neighborhood, the dark night of news is here. With Riley Davis, my buddy, my Martha. My Martha's
Okay.
right here.
You know, Batman, they don't really call you friendly or neighborhood.
No,
I love how he always removes his mask
Off
on
camera.
the show.
of course. You know what?
He'll come in with the mask, but when he's here, he's like, you know what?
He's like a Tony
Let
Stark.
me show myself to the people of YouTube.
He's like Tony Stark. Yeah, I am Iron Man.
Hey, Wyatt, you want to know my secret identity?
You smell like stink bugs.
Of course I do.
Okay,
the stink of Batman.
so Tanner's back.
Nice to be back.
He
Here as
smells
always.
like stinky bugs,
And cigarettes.
and he's wearing another costume.
Of course I am, Riley.
That's his bit.
Yeah, but we're just continuing
Thank
with
you.
the Grant Morrison Batman omnibus.
I'm a fan of the costume.
We did Son of Batman last time. We did a Batman story, but now we're continuing with the Black Glove story. This story will confuse the heck out of you if you have not read this book. along
Which
with
neither of us have.
it. Neither of them did, but I did. So I've got some splaining to do.
Yeah, you do.
so to speak. Yeah, but before we get into the story, what did you guys think of it?
Honestly, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a 6.5.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Just if
Four.
A 4.
Tanner's
okay.
on.
Out of
More
10.
harsh.
If I had read this, it would be more. If I could read this. But yeah, 6.5 or a 6.
Okay. I mean, like,
What about you? What is your.
Oh, it's up there. It's really good. It's not his best Batman writing, but it's really good. I'd probably give it like 8.5 or something like that. Yeah, if you have this, definitely look for this. I got mine for $10 at like a Second and Charles. So
Even.
you can find it, but Amazon sellers have it for like ridiculous prices because you can't find it a lot of places. But it's definitely worth it. It's just all this book is a collection of old Batman stories from the 50s.
Some of them are really weird.
They're all really weird. You've got like a Chief Batman and a story where Batman goes to a alien planet. One where he turns into a monster, if I can find that one.
Where he becomes King Kong.
Yeah, he literally becomes King Kong. There's a
He's
panel
on.
of him.
He's on.
Fantastic.
He's on the state building, and he's just.
That's the Batman monster.
Oh, nice.
You remember the day.
I'll get the King Kong scene.
We've all gone
Yeah.
bananas before.
There's
I
him
guess.
on the Empire State Building, pretty much. It's not really that building, but you can tell. Yeah. So Morrison has an introduction where he like explains what he's doing. He's talking about it, and he's like, "Well, my original plan was to write a story about how the Batman police force got together and made some backups for Batman in case something happened to him. They didn't have a Batman." And then he's like, "But then I found that story. It had already been done." And he was like, "Wow." So he started reading a bunch of old Batman comics, and he's like, "Well, maybe I could make a villain who's exploiting Batman's past and how his mind has been affected by all these crazy events." And he's like, I really wanted to explore how these things like being turned into a monster and having your mind tampered with and giving him phobias. One time they gave him a phobia of bats, ironically. And how all of that takes a toll
Wait.
on a man's mind.
I thought in Batman's origin he was already scared of bats. So
No.
he became Batman because he wanted to turn his fear into a strength.
You might have seen that in a movie, but
Yeah.
that's not.
That's
not really.
the Nolan version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bae.
Oh yeah, it's definitely
My
Nolan.
bee.
But So Morrison really wanted to explore how that would take a toll on a man's mind, and how he's basically taking these crazy stories and realizing them, saying that they happened, but only in Batman's mind. So, which makes a lot more sense than him going to alien planets
Or turning into a gorilla monster.
A gorilla monster, yeah. So, him doing that, I think he successfully accomplishes this. Now, we're not done with the whole thing yet. We haven't gotten to the conclusion. We're still in the middle of it, kind of, because we haven't explored Batman R.I.P. yet. I think that's where it concludes. I haven't actually read that before, so I don't know. But right now, it's just a story about the Club of Heroes.
Murder mystery.
Yeah, it's a murder mystery.
Pretty much it. I thought it was good. I liked it.
It was
I
hard
like
to
that kind
It
of
follow.
was
thing.
good, hard to follow.
Hard to follow. but
All
good.
Grant Morrison I've read has been hard to follow. Not really sure what's going on. There's a few things that happen in this story where I still don't know what happened.
Same.
I realized who the murderer was at the end of it, but
Yeah.
other than that,
It keeps you guessing a lot.
it kept me guessing. But I mean, that's good for a murder mystery.
Yeah.
But also, I'm like, some of those, oh, it could have been them, were never resolved.
Yeah.
So this story is derived from the Batman of All Nations. I can't remember what issue that's in. Detective 215 from the 50s. And it's just getting together the team of like the Conquistador, the Legionary,
Yeah, the Centurion.
Wingman,
Wingman. He was
Ranger.
one. He looks a
Ranger
lot
on
different than he
strike.
originally did.
the Knight.
Yeah, the Knight.
Knight and Squire. Yeah.
Knight,
An Eagle, the Native American one.
The Batman, Man of the Bats.
Mhm.
That's what he's called.
I thought this was Batman Incorporated, honestly.
It is. That's what it is.
That's what I thought
Yeah.
it was, but I wasn't positive.
Yeah.
I was like,
That
oh,
comes
so this
later.
is who they are.
That comes later, but it
Makes
is
sense.
derived from that.
Makes
yeah.
sense.
Yeah, that's where he got the idea for Batman Incorporated. Was this story, this old Club of Heroes thing.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's basically this rich guy.
he decides
Mayhew?
to form
John
yeah,
Mayhew?
He decides to form his own Justice League.
Yeah, pretty
Thinking
much.
of Peter Mayhew the whole time. I don't know who if y'all know who Peter Mayhew is, but he's the guy who does like the Fable games and stuff. He's like a huge liar, so I just thought of him the whole time. I was like, oh great.
Well, he is a huge liar.
Peter Mayer.
so,
Peter Mayhew.
So yeah, he makes this Justice League. Batman shows up for like one meeting, and then he pretty much leaves. He's like, I don't need him.
yeah.
He does train Wingman though.
Yeah, they did tell
Yeah.
you that in the main story about because that happened in here, where
Yeah,
he
and-
trained this guy to go into a foreign nation
Mhm.
and be their Batman.
And
So-
a lot of these heroes have changed since then. Like
Mhm.
the Legionnaire, he's gotten fat, and he just eats all throughout the story, like until the murder mystery starts. Like he's eating.
He used to be one of their best.
Yeah.
And now he's just out of shape.
He's a pig. He's a self-described pig. And then there's Inigo Montoya, whatever.
Yeah, the Conquistador.
Conquistador. He's like,
Zorro, you mean?
yeah.
Is that what he was called? Was
He looks like
He looks like-
It might have been something else.
He looked just like
'Cause he's
Zorro.
French.
Yeah, he's French, and not Spanish.
The Musketeer?
Yeah, it was the Musketeer. That was it. And he talks about how he accidentally killed a villain and got put in jail for years. But when that happened, movie producers came to them, and he got like $20 million and became rich. And he was like, I didn't have to fight the crime anymore.
Yeah. I think that's right here somewhere.
And then like it just jumped out. The Squire and the Knight jumped out right here. That
Mhm.
jumped out, and I was just like, "What is going on?"
Oh,
'Cause
this page?
That page, because I had no
'cause
idea.
It's a flashback. They're trying to imitate the old art style.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's good.
The Knight, he goes in there, he's just like, "You killed her," and I'm just like, "Who? Who died? Who killed who?" Yeah.
There's the Ranger. He's
Yeah.
called like the Dark Ranger, I think now.
But he
or
dresses
something.
he dresses in white in this story. He has this cool helmet, a jetpack, and some kind of ray gun.
I can't remember the Spanish guy's name.
What's
It's
the
with the red mask?
the
You're
red.
talking about the villain guy?
Oh, that I know what you're talking. I don't know his name. It was El Garcha or something.
Yeah,
It's later on. Like Batman starts talking to him, like and calls his name.
Like Gaucho or something.
yeah, it's
Right
Gotcha
over
or
in
something
this-
like that.
Yeah, whatever.
And then he has a
Um,
villain who's also a
El
masked
sombrero.
Yeah, El
The
Sombrero.
The sombrero.
And he's not really a villain who goes after people. He builds like elaborate traps for other villains.
I liked that. I
Yeah,
thought that
think
was
that's
cool.
Like he's like, I don't really want to be punched, but I'll just build a bunch of elaborate traps for other
And
villains.
he builds them for other people.
Yeah.
He's like the tinkerer.
yeah,
Yeah,
He's
Um,
the support player.
he's
Yeah.
definitely the support player in the story.
But I thought that was cool bringing in one of their villains.
Mhm.
I like that. Morrison also really likes Knight and Squire.
Mm-hmm.
He talks about like maybe one day I'll make a Knight and Squire series. That would be really cool. So I'm still waiting on that. But
It's like, it's been a while.
yeah, I think they play a good
They
role
have-
in Batman Incorporated. Though.
Yeah, for
Probably.
for Britain,
yeah.
and they have. I think the characters have potential.
Mhm.
Like apparently with the old knight and his son taking over.
Right before this part, what did you guys think of the Bane Batman guy?
That
So that's the police force Batman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
he
one
was
that was
huge.
big, and
Gosh,
he had all
was
he
so
had all
big. He
those
was a-
girls.
Did
and
you
the
see?
big
pizza
mother
Did you
and-
see him holding one of
Yeah.
the women? It was like he was literally holding a Barbie doll.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how big he was.
He was a big mother
Eh,
effer.
Like this guy looked like he would eat Bane for an appetizer. That's
would
how
be a
big
fun
he
fight.
was. This guy looks like he could take on the Hulk.
I wish we could have seen that fight, but
Yeah.
spoiler alert, he gets blasted in the face by
Yeah.
that cop. Yeah, that would have been cool.
It would have.
I would have loved to seen that.
Brock Lesnar Batman.
Because he has all the same stuff that Bane does. Like he has
Right.
the venom injections and all that.
Also,
stuff.
what was the monster serum? Is that what
Yeah.
also it was called?
Like, I don't even know what that is.
I don't either, but it's something called monster serum.
Oh.
Reply in the comments if you know.
I don't know why I'm grabbing that. The I was gonna look in here. You remember the doctor they kind of show in there sometimes?
Yeah, Dr. Hurt.
Yeah.
He turns out
Dr. John Hurt.
John Hurt.
He
Not that guy.
he turns out to be the devil. Didn't
What
he?
he did without choice.
I think it's this story. Let's see. Nope, not that one.
Yeah, well, he was like working for NASA,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like he's a psychologist, and Batman wants to.
Well, I think he's an army doctor.
Yeah, but Batman wants to understand how the Joker thinks. So he does this
Yeah.
experiment for NASA where he's put in like
And
isolation for 10 days or more. I think it was 10 days, and he starts to
Yeah, it was a
hallucinate.
while.
That was a weird flashback.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What was the point of it?
It flashes
to show you how his mind's been affected by this
Gotcha.
stuff.
because then like it showed
'Cause,
him.
like,
he
is
was
that
freezing
explaining
up.
his
Do you remember
blackouts
that
and
guy's
stuff?
face turned into this?
Yeah, I had
Yeah,
no idea what that was about.
That was way out of nowhere.
I didn't know what was
There's
happening.
this like
Pink Man.
giant idol that Batman and Robin were running away from.
And Batman was like hallucinating. He was freezing up because he kept being reminded of hallucinations of Robin dying, and he couldn't handle that. So if it's the 50s, so they had the Acme Company.
Yeah, see, there he is. That's the doctor.
Yeah, Dr. Hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool that he did that, put all this nostalgia back in there, but
You don't know what's happening if you
I
don't.
don't
have
know
this.
if I don't have
Oh,
that
no,
prior
he-
knowledge.
He does a terrible job of explaining what's
Yeah,
going
I
on.
have no
But
prior knowledge.
He might explain it later, but I don't know.
He's pretty
See,
much.
I haven't read it.
I remember in our Stan Lee video, you said Stan Lee writes every comic like it's someone's first comic. He's pretty much the opposite. of
Oh
this.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
Morrison, man, the first.
You gotta be a Batman genius to get Morrison. You gotta know things you never thought you needed to know.
Or you need a case book.
Yeah.
Morrison put together a book for you.
Yeah.
No, but I
You wanna
didn't.
read
I
my
didn't
new
even
book?
know that you
I
needed
know.
this when I got this. And
Who
then
needs-
somebody in the
It's a marketing
the
ploy.
Omni Bros Facebook group that I'm a part of. They said, "Man, you need to get the black case book if you want to read this book." And I'm like, "Okay,
It's a
cool.
marketing ploy.
Yeah, you do.
You have to buy 2 books
When you
to
need-
get the story.
I don't think if you need an appendix for your
It's-
comic book,
It's not bad though. It's 140 pages.
Along with your how many pages?
350 on Comixology, but this has more to it. Because this is an omnibus.
If I have to read 150 pages to understand your...
No, I'm just saying I appreciate this so much more.
Yeah.
That I've read.
Yeah,
now that I've read
of
this.
course, of course. I mean, I appreciate his
Like,
fascination with Batman and his backstory.
it's not for everyone.
No.
I mean, fair enough. If you just don't care for
I think
it,
this
you
is
know?
the first time we've had differing opinions on a story. Like, usually
we've always liked the
we've always
stories
liked
we
the
do.
stories, but this time
Here I am.
Riley was like, "Let's finish this," and I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" Son of Batman, more Damian. No,
No Damian.
No,
Damian.
he's in there a bit.
Yeah, like when it does those flash attacks. That's more with the supermodel story that doesn't even continue in this. It continues in
Jezebel
some-
Jet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. It was
Yeah.
cool, but
It's in this. It's in this. Like,
Riley,
when
I
first
love
read
this
it.
story. No idea what happened. No idea.
no, like the thing with the supermodel, it was okay. I mean,
I mean, I
wanted to
liked
continue
it.
that more. Because, I mean, it just ends abruptly, like, because they're in the kitchen, and he's Bruce
See,
Wayne's
that
there
happens too
fighting.
many times
What?
in these stories.
It's
They
like-
give me something I don't want.
Yeah, and then
I'm
that
like,
actually
oh,
continues.
teach me
because of
more
all-
about more of this. No!
Continues
Going
it.
back to the crap.
Continues in another Batman
Here's a
story.
pink robot. You remember that thing? No? Well, sorry.
oh man.
Got Batman
What's,
going crazy.
Oh, right quick, we gotta do a
The,
spotlight on
the
that
Joker story.
story.
Yeah, in our
Batman-
Son of Batman video, we talked trash about this story because it has the weird 3D art.
It's actually
in
great.
It. The story's good. The artwork, it weirded us out. Like, we immediately just threw hate on this without reading it.
No, please.
But it's a really
If
good
you've
one.
got this book, and I bet a lot of people skip this,
Yeah.
go back and read
Go
it.
back and read it. It's a good one.
The Clown at Midnight, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It has great Joker Batman interaction. Oh, you
For
have
the
something to
record,
say.
I haven't read it, so I'm just gonna be sitting here listening.
We'll tell you about it.
Yeah.
So
I think
just letting you know.
I was reading it, and the first part, it was okay. I didn't really know where it was gonna go from this because it's all these Joker henchmen having a funeral for Bozo the Clown.
Bozo the Clown.
Bozo the
Yeah.
Clown, and that what
He
they're
was big, too.
Yeah, they're carrying the casket,
Like
and
400
yeah,
pounds.
they're carrying the
Jesus.
casket, and they drop it, and it like smashes one dude's head, and they start laughing so hard at this dude's head getting caved in that they literally cough up their lungs, and I was just like, what?
That's because the Joker had some
Yeah.
flowers.
The-
there
yeah, the
that
flowers.
released
You mix a
some
black
gas.
flower and a white flower, and it turns into this gas.
black and red. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is another thing I didn't realize until now because of Harley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So-
what it was.
And Batman, gets a card, and all these henchmen of the Joker are dying, former henchmen. So he goes to see Joker in Arkham, and their first interaction, Joker is out of it, like he's wrapped in bandages, and he's not talking. So Batman's asking him questions, and Joker's just blinking. And he's blinking in Morse code, and Batman spells it out. He's saying, death, ha ha ha, death, ha ha ha, death, ha ha ha. And then Mr. Arkham comes in, and he's like, Batman, I think you need to go. But I mean, who's the speech therapist he's been seeing? He's like, oh, it's this girl. And he went, where's Harley Quinn? And she's like, oh, she's in another place receiving treatment. And he goes, you might want to make sure that's her, that she's there, just to be sure. Because even Arkham says, when he says that she's over there, he doesn't say it with any confidence.
Wissahickon.
Yeah.
And then Batman goes, that is the name of the Cree Indian trickster god.
Yeah. Like that out of nowhere.
How dare you not know that? I thought that was funny. Yeah. But it's like, to me, I don't think Morrison will write a good Joker story without somebody who has this crazy, disturbing art to go along with it. Because Arkham Asylum is like
I feel like
this
that
too.
fits though.
Yeah.
Oh, it definitely fits. I love it. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, we threw off on it in that last
Yeah.
video.
Well, because it was like prose.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, am I going to read this? But I'm glad I decided to. then I was telling Wyatt, I was like, man, you got to read this. Like, it's so good. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's about the Joker, and he's like, this is like the changing of the guard, kind of. Like, you know how there's different eras of the Joker? He changes over time. Well, this is one of those times.
And of course, he does it in the most disgusting way possible. He's like, I'm giving birth. A cucaracha. A cucaracha.
It's nuts.
Yeah. He is he's going over things.
Did you like it? Like, did you like that?
Yeah, I like that.
I think you'll like Arkham Asylum, then.
Yeah.
Because it's the same kind of mood. It's the same thing. Yeah.
It's the one thing that really got to me though was the irony how Joker spells it out. He says, "I can't kill him without." What was it? Without.
Because he's just too much fun.
Because he's the only human who I can relate to or something.
I don't think he said
Not
that.
that, but I mean he's the only.
Something
he's
along
the only,
those lines.
He's the only human.
One thing
Something.
I'm noticing about this is this has a lot of text.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So this is more of a book.
Yeah,
than
more of a novel.
I mean, it's the length of an issue, and not every page has a lot of text. Like this one doesn't have much.
It's
That
back.
one doesn't.
Who's at the bottom?
You can't kill me without becoming like me, and I can't kill you without losing the only human being who can keep up with me.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. See, it's really not that bad. There's only 10 chapters,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but I think it is the same page count as a regular
Yeah.
comic
Right.
issue.
Probably more dialogue. Not dialogue, more work. Dialogue and word. What's
more
text.
description.
More text.
There's more description because there's not as many pictures
Mhm.
as the comic book.
Yeah.
So it reads like a novel. So, yeah, Joker's like he looks at Harley like he doesn't even know her.
Because
So
I mean,
he's like,
he's just metamorphosed.
right before this in our Batman and
Mhm.
Son video, you remember when Batman chases that guy off a rooftop?
Yeah, and throws-
the cop Batman.
Yeah,
like shoots
shoots
Joker
Joker.
and hurts him really
And
bad.
he falls into the jump sphere.
Yeah. No, Batman picked him
Yeah,
up and
Batman
threw him in the dumpster. The Joker.
Yeah, I love the interaction with him and the guard when he's going to see him. He's like, must have mistook him for a piece of trash.
But yeah, that's why this is all happening. Why the Joker's hurt is
Mhm.
because like that guy shot him.
And Batman in this story, he meets Harley before she meets Joker,
Mhm.
and she's like, "You shot him. You did." And he's like, "No, I didn't. But it was you. It was Batman. Batman shot him, and you're Batman. Or are you not Batman? Who shot him? Batman." She's going nuts as well. But I mean, you said something when I was reading it that this was between when Harley started hating the Joker. Like she used to love him with everything.
I think this
yeah.
story is one of the first times we see her moving away from the Joker, not being
And towards Poison Ivy.
him not being her pudding, pretty much.
She gets a new
But
pudding.
yeah, this story is about the Joker
dirty, though.
just the Joker just being crazier, and if you can believe that, and moving away from Harley and just being like over the top.
Yeah,
But
because
yeah.
he wasn't over the top before.
Yeah. It's just
You ain't
I don't
seen
know how to
nothing
explain
yet.
it. Then we get into the three cops story.
Where, like you said, this has already been done.
That guy who
but-
shot it. What happened to that guy that shot the Joker? 'Cause I don't remember what happened to him.
It'll be at the very beginning.
If he got arrested. No, that's the Batman and Son story. It happens at the very beginning.
Yeah, go to the very beginning.
This is where it happens. He shoots him.
He runs off. Like, I'm pretty sure he just, like,
He dips.
yeah, he pretty much dips.
Bye. Bye, Felicia. I mean, honestly,
And when I first
Killed the
started,
Joker.
when we first did this, I had no idea what was going on at this point. I thought it was like, I didn't know this was like the beginning of a full Batman string, and I thought that was the leftovers from another story, like, and this was starting.
But he carries over.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to that guy. He doesn't show up
Yeah.
again.
Probably he'll be here later. He's waiting.
I hope so. That would be cool.
Mhm.
But then you get to the part with the Bane Batman where he's like, they just keep, the cops are in on it. They
Mhm.
keep giving him these hookers
Yeah.
to keep him quiet, so he's not going out on a rampage and killing people.
He's just killing hookers.
Yeah. And watching TV and eating pizza and
Doing
stuff.
drugs. They
Doing
do say
drugs.
They give him
They
a
do
lot
give
of
him
drugs.
some drugs.
Sounds like the average college student.
Hookers.
Sometimes.
Killing women,
Yeah,
the typical
just
thing.
Typical college
typical
guys right
pizza.
here.
Pizza.
You worry me
doing
because you're in
drugs,
college right
drinking,
now.
Getting some hookers, killing them. Casual.
He's learned a lot from
Casual.
GTA. You kill him, get your money back.
But Batman gets in a fight with this guy, and he manhandles him.
Yeah, and when he's recovering, he's talking about like
He's like
this dude-
swinging him by the cape.
Yeah, when he's recovering, though, he's like, this dude scared me. Like I thought he was gonna break my back, like Bane did. Like he
Mhm.
says that.
Yeah.
And he's like, don't worry. But Alfred is like, don't worry. It didn't do as much damage. Like your back is fine. Your suit absorbed it.
Oh yeah, the suit took it.
Yeah,
And
like-
you could see Bruce going like,
Yeah.
oh wow, I could have died. Man, yeah, you could just tell he was having flashbacks to that
Mhm.
Bane thing.
Yeah.
breaking his back. But that part right there, when how he reacts to this, getting his butt handed to him by this guy and
Mhm.
almost dying, like that's when you start to see that this man's mind is kind of fractured.
Yeah.
And I think I have no idea what happened in Infinite Crisis, but you know how Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman were gone for a whole year.
Yeah.
That may have
After
been.
that story, I don't know what happened, but I think he went to Nanda Parbat and had like a rebirth or something there. So that could have done something to him as well.
The whole theme of this story is him just dealing with that and having like fractured
Going
mind
crazy,
and
yeah.
going crazy.
Yeah.
I have a
I
qu-
think it's
I have a
cool.
question. Commissioner Gordon says he got busted down a patrolman when this happened. Like he was commissioner, then he became
Mhm.
patrolman, and then he got
Demoted,
back
yeah.
to.
Oh, I didn't even see that part.
Yeah, like how did that happen? Why was he demoted?
I have no idea. It's not in that book, so I don't know.
Darn. Batman, you should know.
No, that's like a small detail. You don't need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't.
Morrison.
Morrison.
You don't need to know.
No, you really don't. Like
Is it in the case
that's
book?
the smallest detail.
God.
He released a whole nother case book. Just
Yeah, there's a
to
case
show
book.
this.
There's a case book back from the 80s. Remember that top commissioner going?
Got turned into a patrolman.
Basically, who cares?
Yeah.
Also, the story about the Batman from the police force
Mhm.
that he's referencing.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, I was gonna write this, but it had already been written. It's not in here. It's not in this book." I don't know if he chose to do that in case like something would be spoiled in his own story, but I don't know.
Better than putting any spoils on the cover, right, Riley?
Yeah.
That's a reference to an inside joke. I'm sorry for mentioning it because you're gonna wonder what it is. Find out next video.
His name is
You
also.
will find out next video.
Yeah, exactly.
Their names are Grant Morrison together.
No, they're not. Why would you say such a thing?
Because you're saying something that has nothing to do with anything and expecting people to know.
Well, I didn't expect him to know. I said sorry. But
Say-
don't worry, guys. On our merchandise store, we'll have a case book for you.
No, we
Explain-
won't.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You need a case book. The chimicomics case book.
Only 4 easy payments of $19.99.
Gosh,
Only
almighty.
150 pages until we show you what that actually meant.
It's not bad. Like, there's 12 issues in here.
Yep.
But they're all 12 pages each. Like, they're excerpts from issues. They're not entire ones. But yeah, it reads super quick. I was impressed. Because, like, usually I get hung up on old comics. Like, it takes me longer to read them. But those
Are you reading it like a manga?
I breeze through.
Yeah.
Backwards.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just doing what Batman do.
yeah.
He likes reading his comics.
do.
He likes reading his
What-
comics
what is
Japanese
the
style.
what is the little Batman called?
Batmite.
Yeah.
Batmite.
Yeah,
Batmite's
he's in here
the
too.
story.
He was in there.
God.
I was very
I
confused.
was waiting to hear
Is
what y'all
Batmite-
thought about that.
I remember him from Batman Brave and the Bold.
So is Batmite
Yeah.
related to Mr.
Mixie.
Mixelpick or whatever? Because he looks like Mr. Mixelpick.
That's what he is.
He is Mr. Mixelpick.
That's what he is.
Okay.
He's not him, but he's Batman's version.
He's
'Cause
some
you know,
type.
Mixie is Superman's villain.
Right.
Well, this is the Batman version. I don't
Gotcha.
think he mentions.
That's what I always assumed. But
Yeah.
I didn't know.
He mentions he's from another dimension. I don't know if they're from the same one.
Guess we'll need to read a case.
They're
book
the
to
same
find
thing
out.
though. Like they alter reality.
Yeah.
They,
That's what I thought. They seemed
they
exactly the
antagonize
same.
Batman and Superman. Yeah, but
They should switch.
the difference
for a day.
is that Batmite idolizes Batman. He loves him, and he wants to like work with him and impress him. And Batman is just like, get out of here! You're messing things up.
He's syndrome.
Yeah, let me find the first part where he shows up, because Batman's like,
It'll be when he's on the roof.
yeah, it's this other
He shows
cop.
up multiple times.
Yeah, there's 3 cops, and they're all dressed like Batman. You've got the one with the gun who shot the Joker in the Batman Sun arc. Then you've got the Bane one who's freaking huge, and then you've got this guy who shows up in the Damian like Flash to the Future story. It's also Batman 666.
Yeah.
Which is appropriate.
I did like this story, especially at the end, because Damon's like, I knew I'd never
like
be.
the issue numbers.
Yeah.
666.
I understand.
Okay,
He
you
gives-
look
he gives him-
confused.
No, I'm just.
I love how Damien says this is, I knew I'd never be as good as my dad or Dick Grayson, so I specialized in cheating.
Yes.
Every landmark building in this city, I booby trapped.
He booby trapped everything.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. Yeah, so it's this Batman with the mask and like this weird flame gun thing. That's what he does to Batman in the present. He shoots him with this thing and like
It causes him to have a heart attack.
yes.
And he dies for 4 minutes, but then he resuscitates him,
Yeah.
and he like taunts him with a case file of like this whole program to make more Batmans in case the current Batman ever dies.
But
they have a
it
backup.
turns out Batman had a hand free the entire
Yeah.
time.
He like managed
And
to
somehow had a fake arm just sitting there.
Well,
No,
no,
it was a
it was a sleeve.
I know it was his sleeve, but how did it have bulk to it?
It did.
It
Oh, it
just
looked like it did.
it's an arm. It's
It-
like
it
armor.
was
so
just-
it just holds.
Oh,
the
it's
shape.
armor.
Yeah.
And it was
It's not like your
See,
little.
that's what I was
your little
thinking.
cloth.
I was thinking it just cloth
would
in
have
there.
hold the
And then he's
shit.
just like, why isn't it working?
it was also buckled at the wrist, you know,
Right.
so it stayed there.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. He's like, I love how the whole time you're like, oh no, Batman's about to like get the
Lose an
business,
arm.
and then he's
about to get revenge of
It's
the Sith.
it's an inner monologue, and he's like, I've prepared for everything.
Oh, I know.
This is the I can do anything. Batman.
And there's
Yep.
Batmite.
Because he's Batman.
Because I'm Batman.
Yeah, like
How it
the
should have been.
whole time he's just like, you know what? I've thought of things that no one else has thought of, or even attempted, and that's why I can't be beaten. And then he just kicks the crap out of this guy. I love that part. All right, I think
I think that's it.
the first. No, there's
We got
Batman.
more. Yeah, he was in that other page.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking for like when he first pops up though. Joe Chill in Hell.
Oh yeah, that one was also cool. We should talk. That was him. Wasn't
That
that
was
his
the-
first?
Oh, so. Oh, then you've got like, okay, I gotta go through this whole thing because it. This is when Batman's starting to lose it. Okay, you move that book for me. So. You've got the guy shooting him in the chest. Batman kind of collapses and falls over, and then that guy shoots Gordon, and like it makes you think Gordon just got killed.
Yeah,
Right.
Batman yells, Jim!
Jim, and then that guy's face turns into that giant idol that
Yeah.
he ran away from in that story. Then you see somebody writing Zur at the
Yeah.
bottom. That's Zur-Nar, the planet he went to.
See, no idea what that was until you tell us.
Zur-Nar, you've seen it before. The Batman who has a purple cow and the yellow suit, right?
No.
Look in that book. You will recognize it. Because I'm pretty sure it's a skin on some game.
That won't help me any.
It's on the Planet X story. I don't remember what page that was on. Let me find it.
I see a yellow and red suit.
That's wrong.
Is this it?
That was Starman. No, that's not it either.
Dang, it was close.
I think it's in the
It was a
back.
purple suit. Close enough, right?
Let me see. Planet X 81. Okay. So in Zuran R, that one.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've seen it. Don't know what it is.
So they also
It's
call
not
it Planet X
It's a
in the
red.
story.
It's also a red suit, not
it's,
a yellow one.
it's this Batman who, like, he has this telescope that he can see Batman from his planet, but they're way far away, you know. And
That
he's
doesn't
like, man, I like that
sense.
guy. He's cool. I'm gonna be Batman. So he's Batman on his planet. But
Sounds like me.
The thing is, when Batman gets there, like he transports him there.
Yeah.
Because he needs help. There's an invading alien force. But he calls Batman because on his planet, the gravity is not as tough as Earth. And Batman is pretty much Superman on this planet.
Oh, that's cool.
So
That's cool.
he can fly, he can, like...
What?
he's-
That's a better Batman.
Yeah, because the gravity
We
is
call
not...
him Better Batman.
Better Batman.
The gravity's not as tough. I don't know if...
That doesn't
Yeah,
make...
he does fly. But, like, it's kind of like when Superman's starting out and he can like, jump.
Okay, gravity isn't as tough on the moon, but they don't fly. Astronauts don't fly when they go to the moon. That doesn't make any sense.
You had something flying in front of you, and he kept talking, and it was just staying
Flying.
there. I was like,
It's mocking me because it's flying.
yeah, things can fly. Wyatt.
Shut up.
Well, I mean, you know, if anything's light enough, you know, it'll fly. It'll float.
It depends on how
It's fed.
get
Like the density is low.
Yeah.
So anyway, the Batman from that planet hands him this bar, and he's like, "This is the toughest substance on our planet. Now bend it." And Batman's like, he's like, "Whoa!" So that was cool.
I'm so glad that these have been turned into hallucinations.
Yes, I love it.
It sounds like
love
Batman
this.
just did a bunch of
But
cocaine.
you see
or
somebody
something.
writing
He
Zuran
dropped some
that's what that
LSD.
is. Then the bat flies through. I think that's kind of a reference to Professor Milo giving him the bat phobia when he's afraid of bats and can't even be Batman. That's
Yeah.
the suit you were seeing, the Starman suit.
Okay.
He created Starman so he could be a crime fighter but not a bat.
Gotcha.
Because he was getting scared of his own batarang and stuff. So anything with a bat, he would just flip out and go crazy.
You would think he would like change his costume and become.
He
a different
did.
Man.
That's what he
He
did.
did. He became Starman.
Starman.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was Starman. Okay, I thought Starman was a different character.
No, that's
Oh.
him. Oh, it is.
Well, that's cool.
It's a
But
new
that might be the
character.
first time we see a Starman.
Got you. I understand now.
I think that's where they got it from. The
Makes more sense.
yeah. So you
Does he
see
throw
Zuran R.
Ninja stars.
That'd be cool.
I mean,
Shuriken.
And then at the bottom you see Batmite's eyes. Which is, I knew exactly who it was when you
I
see
did
it.
not know who
You
that
did?
was.
Yeah.
I was like, did Batman go crazy? Like, what is happening?
Yes. And then there he is floating.
Yo, what up, Batman?
Yeah, and then I think it goes to the next issue. Yeah. So yeah, he's just basically tripping out when he's dead. And then that guy brings him back, and then Batman goes all badass and gets out of the shackles.
Beats the
I
crap
love
out
that.
of him.
That
Beats
moment.
the living crap
That
out
was
of him.
good. And then you got all the stuff about Dr. Hurt.
Which
which
is
is-
literally the devil.
Yeah.
They basically tell you everything about him that you need to know that happened in that book. He did an army program,
Yep.
and he went under this thing for several days, where he's experiencing a different reality. That story is called like Robin Dies at Dawn or something, because like Robin like died.
Right.
You know how he's. Did they do that in here?
Yeah, he froze up. They showed flashbacks of him freezing up because he was scared of Robin dying. And
Okay.
he got over it because he's like, me freezing up in the middle of
Well,
action
these
may make
are
him
running
die."
together. I'm like, man.
Robin dies at dawn. They have a lot of.
Okay.
There's a lot of
So this
stories.
this
where it's
business with the giant idol, and there's a tentacle plant which I think is what was on Batmine's back. Did you notice that?
No.
No.
You didn't notice that?
No. Oh wait, I know what you're talking about. It looked more like a face hugger off Alien.
it did.
I was just like, what the heck
That's
is
what
this?
that was.
I've seen enough anime. to
All
know
of
where
that.
This is going.
All of that is. All of that is Dr. Hurt putting him through that army program thing.
Okay.
It didn't actually happen. But they're also saying that they implanted like secret codes, like triggers.
Mhm.
Like if you say something and something will happen. You know, like the CIA.
The numbers, Mason. What do they mean?
Yeah, they're basically saying that Dr. Hurt took advantage of Batman.
Never
Like
mind.
his.
Don't say.
What?
There's
It's just like one shiny
there's like
part.
one shiny part on the case, but we thought you.
Me and
got
Wyatt
it.
were both distracted. We
Yeah.
thought it was something.
Yeah, we
It's
thought.
from
I
the
w-
sticker.
I know. I was trying to wipe it off.
Yeah.
And nothing was happening. Wyatt was like, "What's going
It's
on?"
from
I was
the
like,
sticker.
I was like, don't say anything.
It's the
"It's
process.
okay. It's okay." Sticker man.
Continue.
Yeah, so it's just all this stuff about Dr. Hurt implanting memories and stuff. And they're saying that he did the same thing to the 3 cops.
Mhm. Yeah, didn't earlier like that happen? A code word happened to the Bane Batman, and he went berserk. That's like why he beat the crap out of Batman.
Really?
I think so.
I don't remember that. It could have happened.
I mean, or it could not. If so,
You could have imagined it,
I could
I
have
guess.
imagined it. If so, we'll edit this out. Wait, go back.
No.
I'm kidding.
Hey, it's a back part. It is back part of it. It's before the Black Club.
Yeah. There's like an interlude. There's 2 interludes. Well,
Oh, there's
no,
that.
that one's
This is
part
the
of it.
future one. This one, right?
Yeah. No, the one before.
Okay.
Out of these stories in this Grant Morrison collection, which one was y'all's favorite?
Separate stories.
I gotta say the Jump to the Future with Damien as Batman.
Really?
Yeah, I like that one.
That's the one that I like probably the least, honestly.
What was your favorite?
Well, I mean,
I know
did,
you
I
liked
did,
it 'cause it's Damien.
I didn't have to read a case book to get it. That's probably why I like
True.
it.
You
What
did
was
have
your
to say
favorite,
that.
Riley?
My favorite is the last one that goes all crazy.
Where it goes
Off
all
the
crazy?
rails. I love that.
I like the murder mystery.
It was good.
It was good. I didn't know really what was going on, but I liked that they kind of like hinted at
That's my second
individual Batman.
That one's awesome. That
the
one's my
killer.
second favorite.
And I was like, who could it be? Like even when the knight was like hurt or whatever,
Mhm.
I was like, well, what if he just hurt himself and it was still him?
He swallowed a bomb.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on here? But yeah,
That
I
would've-
liked it.
That would have sucked.
Still don't fully understand the Indian people. I
Yeah.
thought they were the murderers at one point. And
Yeah,
then-
because he was
Yeah.
saying
hinted
this,
at it.
He's saying this stuff, and he's like, "What are you on about?" And he's like, he's holding over with a knife, and
Yeah.
the conquistador or whatever goes, and he's like, "Unga!" And then the Indian guy just pretty much beats the crap out of
yeah,
him.
I didn't understand.
He's
I
just
was like, wait,
"Don't
what?
worry." He thought I was trying to kill you. I'm just
Yeah.
performing surgery because I mean you're not going to be able to vomit this out.
Yep.
And he cuts this bomb out of him.
Because it had like barbs in it.
Yeah.
Right. I was very
You couldn't
confused,
throw
but
it
I appreciate you explaining that. It makes more sense now.
You're welcome.
I saw the point where he was like, "Oh, he thought I was trying to kill you," and I was like,
I don't understand when he takes it out and the thing goes dink.
"Yeah."
And it blows up.
why
and
I
they don't
thought it
die.
blew up. I thought it blew up. I was
It
like,
did.
So, I was like, so is he the murderer? Was he just blowing everyone up at the time?
One thing though.
Just so you know, these flashbacks, like, you don't get
Listen.
any of that in the old stuff, so
Yeah.
this is new.
This
Right.
guy didn't he keep throwing his knife? Like remember he kept throwing his knife at people.
He like put it right next
Yeah,
to the
next to their
French
heads,
guy, and he's
and-
like, "You have to be ready for anything."
Yeah, and I thought he was,
That was in there to make you think it was.
yeah.
him.
Like I was like, what are you? Who in their right mind in that situation where anyone could be the murderer throws their knife right next to the dude's head? That's only gonna make you suspicious.
What were we wondering?
About when the bomb exploded, when the bomb
explosion.
exploded.
Okay.
Yeah,
Flips through 20 pages. What were we looking for?
What was I here for?
Why did I open
the
this book?
epitome of why did I walk into this room?
Me when I read Grant Morrison books. Why am I here? What am I doing?
Do I need to buy another book?
I already bought the omnibus that has like 5 books in here. Now I need another one. They definitely should have put that in here.
Oh yeah,
It's just to
an
make
omnibus.
you spend more money. That's
it's-
why. It's a
They-
marketing
They
ploy.
wouldn't do it. I'll tell you why they didn't do it. Is because Grant Morrison didn't write it, and this is Batman by Grant Morrison. That's how they're putting it.
Introduction by Grant Morrison. I see.
Yeah, that is. There's 2 issues of that Resurrection of Ra's al Ghul story.
Yeah.
2 of them are Batman issues. It's like a crossover. I think the other ones are in Detective or something.
Mm-hmm.
But that overarching story was written by another writer,
Right.
so they only include Morrison's issues.
Gotcha.
But they do have in between buffer issues that say, "Oh, this happened in the other issues."
Yeah.
It's 1 page literally of
Right.
like 2 or 3 issues of content.
Thanks for your help, DC.
Yeah, thanks.
Here's my
Yeah.
question. Out of
Alright,
all the
here's the panel.
Okay.
Here's the panel. You've got he's got it cut out of the guy, the bomb, and then he holds it up and he goes dink, boom, big explosion, boom, and somehow they're still alive a couple pages later.
Okay, I
So,
got a question for you guys. Out of all the characters in the League of Heroes, which one of them is your favorite other than Batman?
what is this skeleton here?
The rich guy.
You like Mayhew?
Yeah, I like villains.
You like villains? Right, what about you?
I thought it was weird when he wore his face at the first.
Yeah,
and
he was
then
like,
didn't
I'm
wear
wearing.
his face.
He's like, I'm not Mayhew. I'm wearing his face.
Yeah, that was freaky.
Yeah, they never.
I cut off his
They
skin.
never picked that back up either. Turns out it was Mayhew the whole time.
Yeah.
My
Okay,
favorite-
okay. Show this. Show
Oh,
this.
okay. That one?
Yeah, that was a cool.
Okay,
That one was pretty
So-
straightforward.
So you see this art style?
Oh, watch out. Oh, no.
That one was straightforward. There was another one
I'll
later
find
on.
it.
There's
I
one
know where it
later
is.
on where it doesn't make any sense and you can't follow.
You don't
it.
know where to go.
It's at the end. It's at the end.
I will show
when the
you where
plane
to
was
go.
coming. And everything's blowing up.
I like the Squire, I guess.
Yeah.
I thought he was cool.
Well, it's a she.
No, the Squire's a man.
No.
I mean, okay. Originally, the Knight and Squire.
Yeah, we're two. With
The
his father
knight
and son.
here, the knight here
Is
is
the
the
son,
son. He
yes.
used to be the Squire.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
He's the knight now, though.
Yeah, I know.
Don't confuse me.
Sorry.
I really like the Squire.
This whole thing, I'm confused.
He's really cool. But the Squire's a girl.
Okay, fine. I like the knight.
There you go.
The original Squire.
Cyril. Just say Cyril. That's his name.
Yeah. I wasn't
There's
Completely
There's the Squire.
sure of how to pronounce that name. I'm looking for that page and I can't.
It's at the
see it.
very end.
Is it really?
Yeah, where
That was
the
at the
plane
end.
explodes.
The plane explodes, not the. Yeah, that's at the very end.
Yeah, where the plane explodes and everything explodes.
Right there.
Oh, this page.
This page, because I mean,
Gotcha.
look at all these panels.
All right.
It's very
Let me
hard
see
to
how do
follow,
it.
even in guided. Because see, he's counting down too. 30, 29.
That's the only way you can follow it. Is by the numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that helps.
It helped. That was the only way I could follow it.
I still couldn't follow.
No.
Okay, I think it's up here, then down here, then you got this.
Oh my gosh.
And then to the side.
How do I see that?
Riley's like, wait a minute. I think Tanner and Wyatt are onto something. This isn't that good.
0 out of 10.
Yeah, I think it's just like this. That's all it is.
I don't know what
I don't
confused
think
me.
it confused me too. You're not a well.
Thank you.
I'm a well-seasoned.
I know you are. I know you are.
I deal with this kind of thing a lot. Ugh. That happens sometimes. In the old comics, let me see if I can find one. They give you arrows sometimes
I appreciate arrows.
for the confusing
Preferably
moments.
green ones.
Here's one. See that? Those little blue arrows.
Mhm.
They tell you go this way, and then down here, and then
Where's
go
a
over
blue
there.
arrow?
Right there.
Oh, I see it now.
See
And
those?
see, that would be
That's
helpful.
not distracting.
Yeah. See those arrows? They blend in with the page.
Yeah, they blended in. I didn't notice until you pointed them out to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Learn from this Morrison.
Learn.
Learn.
We don't care that you're a
He's,
okay.
he's not on.
Eisner Award winning writer.
Real deal.
It's not like
You know they only get that they only give that to like independent comics though. Usually.
How did he win it?
He probably wrote an independent comic.
Gotcha.
as if he's gonna watch this video.
He might.
But for real, he's
He'll
a
hate
really
us.
cool dude.
Yeah.
Like as a person.
Have you
And-
met him?
No, but
Okay.
like other people have met him.
Okay, and he's
And
really
I've-
cool.
Yeah, and he really hates it that people don't like his stories. Like when people say, "Man, Final Crisis was so confusing," he's like, "Man, but I wrote it for people to enjoy," and he's like, "Man, I meant for this to be really awesome."
If we ever go to a
Sorry.
con and he's there, we should me and you should dip and let you go.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Because he could be like, wait a minute, I remember you too.
He'll be
You didn't
like,
like
"Wait."
my book.
He'd be like, you didn't like it. See, this is what would happen if we were meeting him. He'd be like, why didn't you guys like our content? We'll be like, buy our appendix. You'll understand.
We have a case book of
We have a
every
case
reason.
book. There's references that you didn't catch.
Sorry, you're just going to have to pay us some more money if you want to find out.
Man,
But I'm glad you enjoyed it, Ryan.
Yeah, we're
I
glad.
loved it.
We're glad
Great.
you enjoyed this book.
Fantastic.
Like, I would probably be in the same boat as you if I hadn't read this. Because one of the first stories I read was Final Crisis. I hated it. I haven't read it since, but I did buy the omnibus.
I
So
did too.
I'm ready to read all of that.
Not ready yet. I'm sure I'll hate it too.
Right on. That's my boy.
But yeah. And then after that, I was like, man, I just don't like Grant Morrison. You know, he's too confusing.
Yep.
This
Peer
made
pressure
me,
has gotten to him.
Thinking about it.
this made me like give him another chance, because like it takes a lot to take stuff from the past and retcon it
Yeah.
into your own thing, you know,
Yeah.
without it being really bad. Like he made this like make sense, you know, like he took all these wonky stories that were just Batman didn't belong and made them visions in his mind. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. I mean, that's cool. I like the idea of Batman going crazy, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because, honestly, he's a crazy person anyways.
Yes.
Mhm.
I mean, what grown man decides
you'll
to
see
dress up
him
like a
wearing
bat
the
and punch
Zur-En-Arr
people?
suit later,
Gotcha.
so that'll be cool.
Right on.
Right home.
And we're not done yet. Like the Black Glove story is not completely over.
Of course not.
Like, even today?
Yeah, because it continues in RIP.
Okay.
How many case books do we need?
You don't need any more.
Okay.
This is the only one they made that I know of. I'm pretty sure it continues in RIP.
Probably does. Or doesn't.
Plus, there'll
We'll
be
never know why.
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
There'll be a lot more crazy stuff because he's actually like dying.
Right.
And you saw him die for 4 minutes and how nuts it was. So
Fun stuff.
Yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Check
Thanks
it
for
out.
having me again.
You're
Oh, yeah.
always welcome, Batman.
Here, guys.
Tanner's a
Mr.
great
West
guest.
is in the building.
Dang right. Party time.
What a bad way to go.
God.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed. Come back. We'll be doing RIP. Hopefully, if these guys aren't, completely turned off by this story. Yeah. Thanks for checking it out, guys. See you on the next one.
See you in the next video.